In this class, we're going to be talking about some basics about mental health. We're going to talk a little bit about your childhood and specifically about adverse childhood experiences, some research they've done on difficulties that kids have had in their childhood and how it might affect your parenting beliefs and behavior. We're going to talk about some mental health red flags and yellow flags and what are the basics of mental health. And we're going to talk about specific ways you can help your child's mental health, including basic good health habits and 10 steps to creating a positive relationship with your child. So I'm going to go over 10 steps that might help you tweak your everyday relationship with your child. And we're going to go over each one separately because each one is important. The first is notice, accept, and reflect your child's emotions. This may seem pretty simple, but we often forget to do it. It means simply your child walks in for school and says, I hate my teacher. Instead of saying, what happened? What'd you do? What's the matter? Why do you feel that way? We don't start with a whole bunch of questions, which tend not to be very helpful to people when they're very emotional. We simply use what we call reflective listening. Sounds like you feel pretty mad. Seems like you're pretty frustrated. Maybe you're feeling kind of disappointed today. And what you're doing here is you're simply holding up a mirror without any judgment, no interpretation, no efforts to fix it. And you don't have to understand it. You're not starting your diagnosis. You're just saying, looks like you're having a strong emotion, looks like you're having any emotion. It can be a positive emotion. It can be a subtle emotion, but you're just naming it and you're taking a shot at it. You're doing it tentatively. You're not telling them what they feel. You're kind of taking a guess based on what you're seeing and hearing and sensing with your senses. This is one of the most powerful strategies to build emotional intelligence in kids. It's one of the most powerful strategies to help children feel seen. Remember that attachment was based on feeling seen. So when parents just notice what their kids are feeling, it's an incredible validation. It's connecting between parents and child, and it's called an open response. It invites the child to tell you more, especially for those kids who tend not to talk, who tend not to open up. This is a great strategy because it's just like, wow, you seem kind of frustrated, and they can respond or not. It's very inviting, and kids will correct you. You can get the feeling wrong. They'll tell you, I'm not mad, I'm super sad. Oh, you're feeling kind of sad right now. You're not going to correct them or argue with them. You're not going to ask them why. You're going to be quiet or just say, tell me more. You're just in this receptive mode. And it teaches the child that feelings are normal. It gives them vocabulary for feelings. It lets them know you're okay with them being normal and having all kinds of feelings. And it helps them feel accepted when they're not being perfect. You can do this for positive feelings. You can do this for difficult feelings. You're simply accepting your child's words and staying curious. So, big takeaways. Reflect on your childhood experiences and how they might impact your thoughts and behaviors as a parent. Recognize that children's behavior is a form of communication, reaching out, not acting out, and be curious about persistent, difficult behaviors. Remember that emotions are really important, and when they're ignored, they tend to get more intense. You want to practice good health habits because they really impact mental health, and you want to build that positive attachment, practicing self-regulation and applying those 10 steps to build positive relationships. I want to thank you all for being here and your great questions. I'm going to stay on for a little while after the class in case there's any last questions. You noticed that the class was recorded. You're going to receive an email tomorrow with a link to the recording if you want to share it with others, and you'll be able to print out the handouts that go with the class. If you feel like you have questions or need more support, you can sign up for any of our classes at peaceathomeparenting.com. You can come to our free monthly Q&A session. When you get that follow-up email, you're going to be invited to the next Q&A session. You can also join our private monitored Facebook group. We have over 1,200 amazing parents and professionals. And Peace at Home Parenting also provides one-on-one coaching. We have over 20 professionals with advanced degrees who all have specialties. For being here, and I'll stay for a few minutes in case there's any last questions.